Well, yeah, gentlemen and ladies, I ended up getting the parts machine, so I made a trip out to a little south of Casey, Illinois, home of the, I guess, the world's largest rocking chair and wind chime. So, take the family out, spend a week, see the big chair and wind chime if that's your thing. But it's a great guy named Ken that I got this Oliver 525 parts machine off of Marketplace and went out, picked it up, a little under 300 miles for me one way, so bit of a trek once again, but hey, you do what you got to do. And I ended up pulling Tandem, this boat trailer that I had fabricated into a header cart, and I guess evidently you can do that. They say you can pull a boat behind an RV, at least in some states, and I didn't see any in Illinois. It's probably better I didn't, but once I got to Indiana, a state trooper passed me, and there were a couple others along the way, and they didn't seem to fuss about it, so I had that tied behind here, so a little bit of a train going. So here she is. The story is they bought this in the 70s, so it wouldn't have been very old, and they ran it maybe almost about 1980, so it really wasn't that many years. The straw walker crankshaft broke. They parked it in the barn, and there it sat for 30 some years. Some parts have been robbed off it since then, and some things taken apart. But it really, by the looks of it, doesn't have a ton of hours on it. So I'm going to take some things off of this one and use it to put mine together. And I got quite a few parts that I'm not interested in, so if you need something, let me know. Jake Ziegler, I think you might have some interest in some of this stuff. I've got side panels, the lower curtains that go on, so I know your machine's missing some of those, or at least one of them is. The final drives I'm going to sell. The transmission I'll sell. I'm going to take the engine off, and I might keep that or rebuild it. I don't know, we'll see. Swap them out on mine. Remotes and hydraulics, if you're interested, let me know on those. This one does have the third lever for the reel lift, so if you're looking to upgrade your machine, it does have that. It has the robotic, whatever you call that, header float override, hydraulic override inside. I'm going to take that off. I don't know if I'll keep that or not. It does have a chopper. I may keep that and just set it aside in case I want to put it on at some point. Looks like it's in decent shape. Straw walkers I'll probably keep. I'll probably keep the sieves. Always good to have those on hand. I do not need this, I don't know, triangle cone thing that where all the chaff slides off. I don't know, Jake, maybe you even wanted that too. It seemed like you had gotten one off of a junk machine or made one or something, but welcome to that. I'll get rid of any of the steering parts anybody might want. Mine is a later model, or later year, and I think it looks like they put a heavier axle on in the later years and a little different setup for the steering than this one. Wheels, I let the air out in order to get it on, get my height down, but they do hold air. They're not great. They're probably original tires, but if anybody has use of those. If you need the variable hydraulic setup, let me know. I'll probably keep some of the belts. Some of them look like they're okay. I don't know. The steering wheel and power steering shaft, if anybody wants that, let me know. It's that, I think, Gemmer brand like they use in the 1800s and 1850s and that kind of thing. don't know, you probably could about, it may fit in there as well if you change the steering column or shaft. Cab, it's called a Full Vision. It's got the accordion door, and I don't want the cab, but I would be willing to sell any of the glass, or if you would want the whole cab, let me know and I'll take it off of there for you. So probably in the next couple weeks I'll start parting it out. One of the really great things is there's a air conditioning unit. I covered it up, that sets down in the cab. There's a hole in the top. They cover it up with a piece of metal, but it's this gigantic round air conditioner with a pump over here that must go on that engine. That goes inside, so I thought that was pretty cool. Looks as ugly as sin, but hey, it's air conditioning. And they would take it off every year because it wouldn't fit in the shed with it on there, so they'd take it off the top and then put the combine in. Yeah, so there it is. So let me know if there's anything that you want. The guy, Ken, also has a white 7300 that he's wanting to get rid of or part out, and that's complete. It's even got a 4-row narrow corn head with it. And he's also got a really nice 8900 that's always been kept inside. So that's the parts machine, and so that was what I spent the day doing yesterday. Yeah, like I said, you know, I'll have to find a way to get a message to me or something, and yeah, okay. Also got for sale the 1800 diesel. I had actually traded a little Massey Ferguson TO35 for this straight up several years ago, maybe going on almost 8 years ago, and gave it a little TLC. I guess I rebuilt the power steering pump in the front, or setup, and some different things. And then a couple years ago I sold it to my dad, and we had used it over at the farm as a hay tractor, and pulled in the call to mulcher and that sort of thing. And then now Dad's decided he wants to sell it, so I brought it back home, and I'm trying to sell it for him, but somebody's going to be coming to look at it in about an hour, so we'll see what happens. But if you watch the video and if you have interest in combine parts, there you go. You know what to do with it. The 5 people that watch the videos, there you go. And also selling this, I got it on the marketplace. The International 41R combine. I got some video of it. Maybe I'll put up at some point. It's pretty awesome. It was a barn find that, as you probably know by now, red isn't necessarily my color, but hey, for the right price, here it is. So I got it cleaned up. I got the canvas in the garage. I took it off so I could clean all the raccoon poop out and everything. But the canvas is complete. Just needs a little bit of few things like the wood bat. A couple of them are broke off. I got the pieces in the garage for it, but they'll probably need to be remade. Otherwise, it's complete, and everything rolls over. And so put some fresh gas in the tank, and I got the spark plugs reconnected. Cranked her over and just let it out a little bit of